What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Mo Hunts Silver. We're going to have another nickel hunt, and this will be nickel hunt number 31, boxes 46 and 47 of the series. In our last nickel hunt, we did add 2 more spots to our Jefferson nickel albums, and 1 more spot, which was a semi-key date, to our Buffalo nickel album. And that put us up to 178 of the possible 194 in our Jefferson nickel albums, and then 20 out of the possible 65 in our Buffalo nickel album. And if you guys choose to do so, I'll put a link in the upper right hand corner, but you can go check out that video. But in this video, I do have 2 more circulated boxes, and neither box has any enders, so we'll just have to see what's hiding inside. But we're going to be looking for any older Jeffersons, pre-1960, any Buffalo nickels, V nickels, wartime silver nickels, errors, varieties, foreigns, or anything else cool that could be hiding inside these rolls. So I think I'll do my 10 roll format where I hunt 10 rolls and then do a recap and then let you guys know what I find, and we'll just keep moving through like that unless I find something really cool. So I think that's how we'll do it. The first 10 rolls in box number 46 will give us a total of 6 finds. And we did pretty good here, actually. We got a couple hard to find nickels in front of us here. But we do have a 1941 that is going to be out of Philly. Right there. And then we found a 1946. And this one is going to be a San Francisco. So that's a pretty tough nickel to find. I'll definitely put the mintage below of what that one is minted at. And then this one has got to be the dirtiest, 1949. If you can make that out, that is going to be a San Francisco. So that's going to be a semi-key date as well. And I don't know if this was in the ground or if it was in a fire or what. But that is in some rough shape. And then we found a 1954 out of Philly. Pretty dirty 1957 out of Philly. And a 2009 Philly, low mint. Not in bad shape except for the gunk or corrosion or whatever's on it, but looks like it has good detail on the reverse still. Huh. I'll have to see if I can clean any of that off with acetone, but we'll keep moving, and we'll move on here now to rolls 11 through 20. Well, rolls 11 through 20 are now hunted, and they did not produce as much as the first 10 rolls of the box. We only found 3 finds in these 10 rolls, and we do have a 1946 that is going to be out of Philly, a 1947 that is going to be out of Denver, and a 1955 that is going to be out of Denver as well. So now we'll move on to rolls number 21 through 30. I'm really hoping to find some silver or a Buffalo nickel. Rolls 21 through 30 are now hunted, and they did a little bit better than the last set of 10. We found a total of 8 finds out of these 10 rolls, and we did find our new oldest for the hunt so far. We have a 1939, and that one is going to be out of Philadelphia. And I did check it under the scope, and it's not the DDR. Then we found 2 1940s, and they are both out of Philly. Then we have a 1946 that is out of Philly, a 1947 that is out of Philly. And this one was tougher to read, but it is a 1948, and that is out of Philly as well. And then we had 2 1957s, both being out of Philadelphia. And this one here is actually in almost uncirculated condition. A lot of mint luster left on that one. And the camera's not picking it up, but it actually does have a little bit of toning on it as well. All right, not bad. That's a pretty good one. I'll take that. Nice condition. So we'll move on to rolls number 31 through 40 and hope we can find some silver or a buffalo. All right, guys, I'm just working through roll number 37. And we came up to another semi-key date. I have a 1955. And when I check the reverse, there's no mint mark. So that's a Philadelphia and a semi-key date. So that's awesome. It's actually going to be the second one for this box. The first one was just in terrible condition. But this one's in much better. And I'll take it for sure. We'll put that there. And we'll keep moving. Rolls 31 through 40 are now hunted. And those 10 rolls gave us a total of 8 finds on the board up here. We did get 2 from the 40s. We have a 1940 that is from Philly. So we've gotten a couple of those so far. 1948. That one's going to be from Philly. So that's our second one of those, I believe. Then we got a 1952 right there out of Denver. A 1955, which is out of Denver. And then 2 1958. Denver's right there. And we actually did find a 2024 Denver in this set. So that is sweet. This is a very low minted nickel. And this one, I believe, still holds a pretty good value. Even though it's brand new pretty much. And also, the find for this set is going to be our 1955 Philadelphia semi-key date. All right, sweet. So we have the last 10 rolls in this box. And I'll do a quick wrap up for box number 46. Roll number 46. Just working towards the end of it. We're going to have some silver here. That is sweet. We have a Philadelphia minted. And that is going to be a 1944. Awesome. 35% silver on the board. That is sweet. All right, guys, the last 10 rolls of box number 46 gave us a total of 9 finds, and one of them is a doozy. But we did find another 1939 out of Philly. And we also found 3 1940s, 2 of them being Philadelphias, and one of them being a Denver right here. And then we did find 3 from the 50s in 1954, and that was a Denver. And then 2 1959s. We have a harder to find 1959 Philly, and then the much easier 1959 Denver. We did also come across one 2024 Philadelphia in that 10 roll set. In pretty good shape. And also our silver wartime nickel. Pretty sweet. 44 Philly. So that will finish out box number 46 with 2 from the 30s. We had a total of 16 from the 40s altogether in this box. 13 from the 50s. Our 1 silver right there. 2 semi-key dates. The 55 Philly and the trashed 49 San Francisco. And then 3 low mint nickels. The 09 Philly, 2024 Denver, and the 2024 Philly. So we'll move on to box number 47 and see what this one can give us. Because box number 46, in my opinion, was a pretty good box. 2 semi-key dates, a couple low mints, and a silver. All right. The first 10 roll set of box number 47 is going to start us off pretty good. We have a total of 9 finds altogether on the mat right here. And we are going to have a new oldest for the hunt now, because we do have a 1938. But this one is going to be a Philadelphia. But still not an easy nickel to find. That's a pretty tough one. Then we have a 1941 out of Philly. 1947 out of Philly. Another 1947, also out of Philly. And then a 1949 that is going to be out of Denver and is not the D over S. Then we had a 1952, which is out of Philly, and then a 1953 out of Denver. 1954, that one's out of San Francisco, pretty dirty, and a 1959 out of Denver. Roll number 13 of box number 47. And guys, we're going to have a second 55 Philadelphia semi-key date nickel for the hunt. And this is about average in the condition that I find them. But that is crazy. And so we'll have two semi-key dates. Well, actually three altogether because we found a 49S too. So that's three semi-key dates for this hunt so far, and we still have a lot of rolls to go. Rolls 61 through 70 are only going to give us three finds, but one is pretty good. We did find two 1949 Denvers. So that'll be three for this box so far of 49 Denvers. And then we found a second 55 Philadelphia semi-key date for the hunt. All right, so we'll move on to rolls number 71 through 80. Rolls 71 through 80 weren't too bad. We got a total of 9 finds out of these 10 rolls. And we did find two 1940s. One of them is a San Francisco example, lower mintage. And the other is a Philadelphia, much more common. And then we had three 1941s, one 1941 Denver, and two 1941 Phillies. Then we come down here to our 50s. We had two 1954 San Franciscos. That's the last year that the Mint, San Francisco Mint regularly produced coins for circulation, was right there. So they didn't do that again until, I believe, 1968. But then we had a 1958, and that is going to be a Denver, and then a 1959 that is a harder to find Philadelphia. So not too bad there. We'll move on to rolls 81 through 90 and see what they can give us. Rolls 81 through 90 will give us 4 more finds. And we are going to have a 1940. And there's going to be another one out of Philly. And a 1959 with another example out of Denver. And then we found our first find of the hunt. It's a 1975 5-cent piece from Bermuda. And then the find of this 10-roll set is going to be this beautiful 2024 Denver. Nickel right here. That's in pretty nice shape. All right. So we only have 10 more rolls in the hunt, and I'll be back as soon as they're hunted, unless I find something sweet. Roll number 93. We're going to have another sweet find, guys. We're going to have another piece of silver. So that will be the second one for this for this hunt. And we are going to have a 1944, because that is how I found it when I slid them down. So I hope this has a San Francisco mint mark, because I believe we still need that one for the album. And it does not. So it's a 44 Philly, but that's sweet. We got another silver nickel for the jar. All right, guys, the last 10-roll set of this hunt has been hunted. And we got a total of 8 finds out of the last 10-roll set. We did get another 1939, and that is going to be the Philadelphia and it is not the DDR. Then we got 2 from the 40s up here. We have a 1940 Denver and a 1941 Philadelphia. Then we had 3 from the 50s, 2 1954s, which that one is going to be a Philadelphia example. And then we also had a Denver and another 1959. This one's going to be a Philly, though. And then we did find one 2009 Philadelphia in this box. Doesn't look too bad. And then our one silver for the box out of roll 93. All right, so that's pretty good. I'll get everything together for a box wrap up and a hunt wrap up. All right, guys, as a wrap up for box number 47 of the series, we got a total of 33 finds out of this box, and 2 of them are from the 30s. Then we had a total of 15 from the 40s, and then a total of 13 from the 50s. We did have 1 foreign, or 5-cent Bermuda coin, 2 low mint coins, a 2009 Philadelphia, and a 2024 Denver, in really good shape. Glad to have that one. And then definitely the 2 finds of this box are going to be our 1 silver, the 1944 Philly, and our semi-key date 1955 Philly. So I would say this was another pretty good box for a hunt. And we'll do the full hunt wrap up now for episode 31. And I'll be right back with that. Here are all the finds for episode number 31 of the Nickel Hunt and Fill series. These 2 boxes, box 46 and 47, gave us a total of 67 finds altogether. And we have quite a few good ones towards the bottom of the mat here. But we did get a total of 4 from the 1930s, which are these guys right here. 1 being a first year 1938 Philly. 31 total from the 40s, which are up here. And then we got a total of 26 from the 50s right there. We did get our 1 foreign, the 5-cent piece from Bermuda. And then a total of 5 low mint modern day Jefferson nickels, 2 2009 Phillies. And then we got 2 2024 Denvers, and then 1 2024 Philly. And then definitely the finds of this hunt are going to be these 5 right here, which we have 1 1949 cooked San Francisco Jefferson nickel right there, and then 2 1955 Phillies, which is awesome. I've actually found quite a few of these lately. So I don't know if somebody dumped a bunch of them or what, but I have been finding a good number of them. And then we found 2 silvers and 2 1944 Phillies. So as soon as we get done doing our comparisons and possible additions to the albums that are right up here, which we didn't have anything for the Buffalo Nickel album, so whatever we do today is just going to be in our Jefferson Nickel albums. But I know we don't need that date or mint mark for the album, so those will be going in the silver jar. But I did make a hit list for what we need in the Jefferson Nickel album yet, and these are the dates we need. Some of them I'm surprised I actually need to this point still because they're more modern, like these down here. But like I said, I'm just holding out for better looking examples to put in the book. So just have to see how much longer it takes, but let's do that. Let's do our comparisons and additions in the albums and wrap up this video. All right, guys, after checking the albums for possible additions and upgrades, we are going to have one addition to the album, and that is going to be the 2012 Denver. I finally found one that is worthy for the album. It's not in the best shape, but it still looks a lot better than the ones that I always find. So that is going to fill that spot right there in the album. So that's very cool. So now we're up to 179 spots out of the possible 194 to fill in our Jefferson Nickel albums. And that is awesome. These books are getting really close to being full, and I like to see that. And we did find 2 silvers in this hunt, so we can add them right here to our silver jar. Very nice. That's getting nice and full. And I think that's going to conclude this episode. So if you guys enjoyed it, please remember to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate every single subscription that I get. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the future on my videos. Leave some comments, things like that. We're all good. So have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.